Woo, woo, going, going, live.
Done. Redirecting you to Facebook Live page.
Woo, woo. I feel like partying. Should I do a happy dance? Like a celebration. Woo, woo. We finally got there.
Just a bit puzzled as to.
Don't forget to record.
It's taking us to this page. It doesn't generally, but usually there's another page it takes us to. It's fine. We're live. Hello. Good.
Hello.
Sorry, we're a bit late. That's my fault. I was busy with some work and forgot what time of day it was.
And then you couldn't get on.
Yeah, and then we struggled to connect. But we're here today. We've managed to be live, so it's all good. I've got my pretty little cup that my mummy got me.
That's gorgeous.
It's sort of a turquoisey blue.
With, is that a red admiral butterfly?
Yeah, it's got all different ones. I'll show you the other side. It's got some yellow butterflies on the other side.
Beautiful.
Berries and cute little ladybugs and things like that.
I have a fruit tea. I'm trying a different flavour again today. Cranberry and raspberry.
Oh.
Mm.
Now obsessed I am with chocolate at the moment. I thought you said raspberry. And you obviously went raspberry.
Raspberry.
What's raspberry?
Raspberry would be quite interesting, I think. Cherry chocolate. I do like cherry chocolate. Black Forest Gatto, stuff like that. Oh, look, she's been working hard.
Only a wee bit.
Excellent.
Couple of colours. I've just finished cloud blue and I'm about to start with stone blue. So
stone or storm?
Storm.
Storm. I was going to say, what colour is stone blue? Is that like the old stonewashed denim, maybe? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? That would be interesting.
When everybody wanted their jeans to look really old and rubbish.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Well, I finished all my cloths. I've sewn in all the ends. I just need a little bath now. I'm going to put them in the washing machine as they can go in up to 60. I'm going to put them in with my bedding when I do it tomorrow. I've changed my bed and I'll wash it tomorrow. So we have what I'm affectionately calling fruit salad. Fruit salad. Tutti frutti. Woo woo. Tutti frutti. And what did I call this one? Something about berries or something, I think. Can't remember. Anyway, it's nice, that one. So that's one I finished last night.
I think the other one should be raspberry ripple.
I love raspberry ripple. What did I call it? I can't even remember what I called it now. Hang on, I did it earlier. I called it glacé cherries.
Oh,
that's what I called it. And then I've cast on the blanket.
Right.
And it is called magenta, this colour. That was a good guess of me, wasn't it? So I'm just doing like a bit of a button band in plain stocking stitch at the minute.
Right.
So I just did that this afternoon. Been quite busy. I've been trying to learn when the saints go marching in on my flute. And I tell you what, oh, it's a hard one because two of the notes that you have to change from, it's like you have to completely change all your fingers. It's not like just putting one more finger down or taking one finger off. It's like that. And I can't get the change yet. It'll get there.
It'll come.
Yeah.
I was always told that I would never be coordinated enough to do this, to do that, or whatever. But I learned to type, and I used to be able to do 80 words a minute.
Excellent.
You know, and then I was told that my hands were too small to learn guitar, so I borrowed a classical guitar. And I learned some chords and managed to play a couple of tunes. I haven't done anything in 20 years, so I'm not sure I could even play anything now. But someone said, oh, you'll never be able to do that. And I thought, bloody sure.
Really? I'm sure if anybody told you that you couldn't do anything, you'd want to prove them wrong.
I can't imagine why anyone would think that of me.
I always take my hat off to anyone that can play anything on the guitar, because it's like really awkward. You have to hold your hand in a really awkward place, and it actually hurts your fingers, makes your pads of your fingers really sore.
I used a pick or a plectrum.
Yeah, but even when you're using like your other hand to press down on the board, that's gonna make your fingers.
It does. It gives you very rough fingers. It's not great if you knit or crochet, which is why I stopped. I'm sick to death of putting plasters over these little bits of rubs and rough bits, calluses and whatnot.
I'm sure they'd have got that. And anyway, you've got your posh hand cream now.
I have. I've got me Aveeno. Haven't got the guitar anymore though.
I was going to say you should give it another try, but if you haven't got a guitar, that's a bit difficult.
Oh, Catherine's here. Hey, Catherine.
Oh,
nice
hi,
to
Catherine.
see you. Have you got a quarantini? What have you got to drink? It's probably coffee time for you, is it?
Yeah, what time is it? Sunday morning. It's nice to. I had a big pot of coffee this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, I put a pot on and I was having a morning of it. And I did go for a run, but I didn't really run very far. I couldn't, because I'd had something to eat. Do you know when some mornings you just wake up ravenous?
Mm.
And actually, I think I was probably a bit dehydrated, really. But
no, I got up early-ish, well, about 7.
Yeah.
Oh, later than my usual when we're all working time.
Yes.
But early for a Sunday. And I got up and did my workout while the kettle boiled and the dogs went out, and I got their breakfast on to cook and did those things. That was all happening while I was doing my workout, and then I had my latte of the morning. I kind of ruined it at lunchtime by having a double decker, but
that's fine.
But I've done some steps. It's fine.
What do you have to do for your workout? What sort of things?
It was part of a challenge, and it started yesterday, and it's 30 days of, and it's about a bit cleaner eating. And he doesn't say throw the baby out with the bathwater. It doesn't matter if it takes you a few weeks to adjust, but just do your best.
Try, yeah.
And if you want to exercise every day, you can. And if you just want to do 3 times a week, you can do that. See what's working for your body.
Cool.
And it's Jade Tita who's organising it all, and there's a Facebook group and a YouTube channel, and I quite like the workouts.
So what kind of things? Like aerobic?
The warm-up is always 4 squats, 4 twists, standing twists, and then 4 push-ups.
Cool.
I do them onto the sofa, because
right.
if I get onto the floor, I end up with a Labrador on my back and me facing the laminate flooring, or another Labrador's bum. So it doesn't really work for me.
Love it.
And if I have to do more push-ups, if there's say like a challenge thing where you've got a minute of them to do or whatever, I'll actually do them on the bottom step of our stairs, because I can do a full body push-up and it's wide enough. I have to put my hands wide because I've got an old shoulder injury. I can't do a close-in push-up.
All right, okay.
Probably a bit much of me close in to get the arms in close enough for it not to hurt. But when I spoke to Jade about it a couple of years ago, I said, I'll just do a wide arm push up and it'll be absolutely fine. And I don't have any problems with that.
Oh, that's all right then.
And I can do a full body push up rather than dropping to my knees. And then you go into it's short bursts of exercises, and it's 4 in a rotation, and you do 4 rotations.
Right.
Of each one, or repeats of each segment, and then you do a finisher, like a little afterburn at the end, where you've got to do a push-up and then a burpee, and then you do 2 push-ups and then 2 burpees, and then 3 push-ups and 3 burpees and 4 push-ups, and it's whatever your highest count is with good form.
Right.
Encouraged to throw yourself around just to get to the 4 or whatever. If you can only manage 1 and do it really well, then they're happier with that.
Yeah.
So I like that you can modify it to suit you and your body and your level of fitness, and things like the push-ups. He was saying, if you can't lie, or it hurts your knees, or there's some other reason, then lie on your back and get some weights and do like a chest press instead. And tighten your abdominals and tuck in, and so they teach you the modifiers as you're going along. So in theory it should suit most people, whatever their level of fitness, but it's free for a month, so I figured it would just be fun to do.
Yeah, just give it a try. You've not lost anything, have you? So
no, and they inspired me to. I got some courgettes out the fridge and gave them a good scrub because they were looking at a little bit on the sad side. I'd forgot to take them out the packaging, so they're a bit sweaty.
yeah.
So they've had a wash and they're dried. We had some with our stir fry last night, and the others, I've got the JML thing out and did zoodles with them.
Cool.
So we're going to have those with chicken later. And
Sounds
apparently
nice.
last night's stir fry was excellent.
Oh,
yeah.
Go you.
Said it was unbelievably tasty, and I'm thinking, thanks to garlic powder. And liquid aminos, because I got some a while ago.
Yeah.
So that I can have that instead of soy sauce.
Love it.
So I'll put a couple of tablespoons of that in, and just some of our standard kind of seasonal mix that we get from Aldi. Oh, it's just
sounds yummy.
It was good.
I'll have to put a shopping list together and see what food I'm going to try and attempt to buy on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go tomorrow night or sometime on Tuesday. Been trying to resist it, but now that he's drinking my milk.
Shock him. Yeah, I should really go tomorrow, but I'm going to try and push it to Tuesday evening because I think it'll probably be better than Monday.
Possibly.
So, yeah.
So we'll see what it brings. But I haven't got a lot I need. It's daft stuff. Dog poo bags.
Good luck with that.
Because all these people who've never walked their dogs before suddenly need dog poo bags.
Exactly. I said to Phil earlier when I was sitting in the car, I was running the engine while I was talking to him, should have seen the amount of people walking past. Unbelievable. So they're all out with their dogs. These poor doggies that never got walked before.
And then I'm going to have to go back to canine jail afterwards.
Yeah.
It's a bit sad, isn't it?
Oh, I do feel sorry for them. And they'll have got used to everyone being at home. And they'll be on their own. Go on, flash. Woo! It's very nice.
Yeah, it's getting there. I don't know whether I might have to take out these bottom bits because I'm not happy with that sequence of the storm blue at the bottom. So
right. It's easier with crochet though. That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. It's one of those where I'm kind of looking at it and thinking, can I just sort of do those rows again and take this out and join that? And I should be able to, because I've gone cleanly through the stitches above. I haven't gone through the thread, I've gone through the stitches. So I should be able to get the hook in.
Yeah. Go on, get your hooks in, love.
Yeah, kind of retrofit a new bottom to it.
You know, if somebody came in and didn't know what we were talking about and just heard you retrofitting a new bottom.
Yeah, I would probably get about 10 million emails from people wanting me to retrofit their bottom.
Well, you know, it depends what style it's going to be in, doesn't it? Retro as in 70s or retro as in 80s, you know, it's very different.
Well, that's true.
We could even go 60s.
I was watching Dinner Ladies yesterday and there was a conversation there and somebody said, oh, buns of steel. And this other woman looked up and she said, I'm doing the second version. Oh, what's that? Buns of lard, she said.
Oh, I like it. Buns of lard.
And it was the first episode, I think, of it ever. And this ridiculous HR woman comes in and announces that she's called Philippa, and Twink's sat there, you know what Twink's like, and she's just, Flipper, want to see a whale? And then there's this protracted conversation, which is just like us when we were at a knitting group of, well, no, he wasn't a whale, he was a dolphin. Yeah, but Skippy was the bush kangaroo. And then it's wasn't there a koala? But how's this woman just stood there wanting to talk to them, whatever she's come to say? Go, why are you a whale then?
And she's probably not got a clue what's going on. She said, what the hell have I walked into?
No, she wanted to talk to them about Scottish country dancing, and every time she mentioned it, everybody left the room.
So what's the difference between Scottish country dancing and English country dancing then?
Then you can.
We used to teach English country dancing at primary.
We used to have to do it at school, at senior school, comprehensive.
We didn't do it at senior, we did it at primary.
We had to learn the basics of ballroom because of a school dance, which was allowed to be disco after so many minutes or something. You had to do at least one dance that was a proper dance. And I never thought about it because we'd all been sent to dance classes, so we knew our ballroom. We were just fine. We cracked on with it. But then she's like, "Oh, would you like to come up and demonstrate?" Oh, no, not really. No.
No.
I know when to lift my heels and point my toes. And
no, I never had any proper dance lessons, just the ones that we had at school. I did gymnastics. I was quite good at gymnastics.
I was terrified of that.
Really, I was quite good. Caitlin did it as well. And my husband, he is such an athlete. He did everything for the county by the sounds of it. He did gymnastics for the county. He did cross-country running for the county. He did football for the flipping county. He did everything. I mean, come on. He is the kind of person that, you know, he's never played a sport before. You take him along and he plays for 10 minutes and he's better than the people that have been doing it for years. And you just want to slap him.
He's a relentless overachiever, isn't he?
He is with sport, that's for sure. I had a conversation with him today, right? Okay, so bearing in mind, the last time I spoke to him was Thursday, and he was just leaving Jeddah and was going to be travelling back to Jubail via car. Had paperwork with him because of all the curfews and the roadblocks and blah, blah, blah. So this afternoon was the first time I spoke to him. And like, he literally had nothing to say straight away. And I was like, well, you know, what's the point of ringing me if you've got nothing to talk about? What about your journey back? Tell me. Well, it was a car journey. Right, okay, but you know, did you do much driving? Did you get any sleep in the car? Did you get stopped? Did I get stopped? And I was like, okay. And he was going on about stupid roadblocks. I don't want to talk about it. And so I was like, oh, for goodness sake. We're back to square one again here, aren't we?
What a child. We need to say a quick hello to Anne, Deborah, and Vicky.
Hey, everybody's in the house. It's a Sunday afternoon house party.
It is kind of. And what are you working on, guys? Are you knitting, crocheting, demolishing a bottle of wine?
We need to know all the details. Have you had a Sunday roast?
Or have you got a roast planned for later?
Yeah.
We're having stir fry.
Well, we had a hybrid at lunchtime because we are literally at the bottom of the fridge. So Callum wanted roast potatoes, but we had to have sausages. So I would have gone sausage, mash and beans, but no, he wanted roast potatoes. So we went sausage, roast potatoes and beans.
Okay.
Ooh.
Can't go wrong with good sausage though, can you?
Well, do you know what? It was Tesco's, and I can honestly say I prefer the Morrison's ones.
My mum prefers the Morrison's ones. I like Aldi's Cumberland.
We usually have Lincolnshire.
Oh, Vicky says crochet rainbow. Or do you mean the one behind me? It's my blanket.
I think Vicky is making a crochet
Oh,
rainbow.
you're making a crochet rainbow. Is this one of these ones for the window that people have been doing with the pom-poms?
Oh, I wish I was good enough to do something like that.
Maybe I would think they'd be pretty easy. Is it quite a simple one, Vicky? What do you think?
I can't really crochet. Like I said, I certainly can't crochet in lines. It turns into a triangle. I could do a granny square.
Oh yeah.
I
like
really should practice.
There's a lot of people been doing the crochet rainbows with wee pom-poms on them. Ah yeah, for the window. Yeah, I know the sort you run about. Are you pleased with it? Is it going well, Vicky?
I want to see pictures.
Yeah, you have to post a photo in the group later on.
Definitely.
I don't think it'll let you put a comment on the live, but with a photo. Oh, she says it's easy. Do you think Emma could manage it? She's a bit challenged.
Extremely challenged, not a bit. In all areas, not just crochet.
I never said that.
I'm allowed. Go on, flashes. What colour is that? The dark.
Hang on. I need to go to the other screen to see. Right, so the top colour is storm blue.
Oh, storm blue.
Cloud blue.
Cloud blue, yeah.
Spearmint. And then silver grey, Parma violet. And then there's like a rosy pink. And then a pale pink. The name of which I've completely forgotten.
I don't think I can drink my tea.
Pourquoi?
Pasca, it tastes of flowers.
Is it a bit fragrant for you?
Yeah, I can't drink that. Do you know when you got things that are rose or violet flavoured? I can't eat them and drink them. It's horrible.
I used to love Parma violet.
No.
My mother-in-law bought me some old rose perfume years ago, and I absolutely loved it.
I love the smell.
Beautiful fragrance, but my God, everywhere you went, you had to beat off the wasps.
Oh dear, they liked it as well. I love the smell of rose things, but when people put it in food and drink, it's horrible. I'm not a fan. No, I'm not drinking.
Don't like Turkish delight then?
Oh, I can't stand Turkish delight.
I don't like it either. Jake does. Mike loves it.
And the biggest disappointment of all for me is that today I tried my coffee flavoured chocolate, and to me it tasted more like licorice than coffee, and I can't stand licorice. So overall, I'm not particularly impressed. I don't think I'll be getting any more deliveries from them.
What a shame.
I know, I was so excited. But no, it's just not
It
worth
looks
the money.
really good. It's obviously a triumph of packaging and presentation over product quality.
It's just got a bit of a funny taste, and it's expensive and it's thin. You don't get an awful lot for your money, really. So,
well, and when you think you can get perfectly acceptable chocolate for 30p from Morrison's,
I mean, that is perfectly acceptable chocolate. It hits the spot. It's got no funny aftertaste. Just going to stick with it. Do you know, I was saying yesterday about my delivery slot. There was a thing on the news this morning saying that they were asking people not to have delivery slots if they can go to the shops. So I think that's made up my mind for me to cancel it and let someone else have it. And if I do that today, then there's still time for someone else to use it. Because I can go to the shops. And to be fair, actually, I need to go to the shops because otherwise the car is just going to sit there festering away doing nothing.
Well, that's my worry about my car, because I'm not really travelling anywhere much. So it needs a run, and it needs a decent run where I'm driving for at least 40 minutes, pottering about the place, and you know, to get it properly up to temperature.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really wish I could persuade one of my kids to come and sit in the car so I can just leave it running.
Well, yeah, easier said than done though, isn't it?
I know.
Fairly gobsmacked this morning when Jake came downstairs at 8 o'clock and instantly stuck his hand out to just go, don't, just don't, and walked into the kitchen.
So you've still not got to the bottom of the early rising?
He just said he woke up at 6 and he couldn't sleep. Well, I didn't wake up till probably 6:45, something like that.
Blimey.
He said, I was awake before you. Well, good for you.
What's
Once
going
in a
on
lifetime. Well done.
there?
Vicky says, let me go to the screen. So she's on colour 3 of 7, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be absolutely beautiful.
I bet it will.
And a lovely splash of colour to cheer people up when they're passing.
Do you know, I got these new needles, didn't I? These are the Addies.
All right.
And they're gold. I wasn't expecting them to be gold. And they make my hands smell like those scissors do.
Yeah, it's because they've got nickel.
It's horrible. I hate them.
Put some clear nail polish over them.
I was complaining to my husband about them and he was going, we'll buy some new ones. I was like, you are not listening. The point is they are new ones.
Yeah. He's not really listening at the moment, is he? He's just a bit angry and fed up and
yes,
probably worried about what will happen with work and things like that.
I know. But ho hum, eh? What can we do?
Can't do anything.
Not at all.
So on my mission today, I watched Iron Man.
Yeah.
I watched about half of Iron Man 2. Really can't stand Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
I've just fast forwarded to the end of that.
He's like a Russian or something, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With some kind of electric lasery lasso thing.
Yeah. It's not my favourite one.
Yeah, didn't float my boat. So then I watched Thor. I really enjoyed seeing that again.
I love Thor.
And I'm partway through Captain America, the first one, and then apparently I've got to watch Avengers.
I think
and then Iron Man 3.
I've definitely got a thing about men that are a bit naughty because I love Tom Hiddleston in that. He's just fab, isn't he? I don't know, is it the hair? Is it the guy liner? What is it that I like?
I don't know. He's a little bit effeminate for me most of the time, but he is very funny. And there's a
brilliant,
marvelous clip of him on Graham Norton's show where he actually does an impression of Graham Norton, and he's so funny.
Is he?
Yeah. He's like, oh, first time on the show, welcome to you and you and you and you. But the mannerisms, he's obviously really worked on it. It was just so funny.
Oh, I love actors that have got real skill like that. Martin Sheen is amazing. He can take on the mannerisms of almost anyone, can't he?
Some people are really good mimics.
Because he's done Chris Tarrant. I need to watch that quiz. That looked quite good with him as Chris Tarrant. But then, you know, he did Tony Blair to a T. He's very, very good. I liked him in, did you watch Good Omens?
I've seen some of it. I haven't seen all of it.
I really enjoyed that series.
Yeah, we did David Tennant.
Yes. Neil Gaiman one, isn't it?
Yeah. I was kind of getting into it, and then I started watching Supernatural or something like that, and then binge watched sort of 13 series of that instead.
As you do, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, like I love me some Sam and Dean.
That sounds funny. Oh, so
Only
yeah.
Dean more than Sam, because Sam's just a bit young.
Yeah, that's the problem. We like the older one. Well, I like the older ones.
Well, he probably breaks the rule. No leching if his mother's older than I am, younger than I am, I should say.
Is that the rule?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of seriously limiting my pool of people I can lech at. Unless I start to count backwards and become 48.
I thought you were actually 47.
No, sadly not.
Oh no, it was 27. I thought you were 27.
Oh, that was the other week. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're not 27
I was
now.
debating whether to go with the Oscar Wilde thing from Importance of Being Earnest, where
What's that?
many women in London society have been fully 35 for decades. It's a fine age to be.
Yeah, 35 is a good age, actually, isn't it?
It was a great age. I had knockers that were where they should be, and no cellulite.
I was bigger at 35 than I am now. I think I'd have to go right back to my 20s to be anywhere near the size that I am now. And even then I wasn't as fit. I couldn't have run a 5K in my 20s. In fact, I know I couldn't, because when Phil and I first moved in, and I think I was like 19 coming on 20, he tried to get me running and I just couldn't do it. And then because he was running, he was training for something, and I couldn't run at all. And then I got the bike out and I tried cycling next to him while he was running, and I couldn't even do that. Completely unfit I was. But I'm still not good on a bike. I would much rather run than go on a bike.
I forget to steer.
It's like a contraption of flipping torture, if you ask me.
Well, and my bike's too tall, so it splits my kipper when I get on it. It's really rather uncomfortable.
That's not good. I always like the idea of going for a bike ride. You know, it's one of those romantic notions, Miss Marple with their little bike with their shopping basket on the front sort of thing.
It's probably quite pleasant at the moment with knack all traffic on the road, but the majority of the time you take your life in your own hands.
You do, and the cars come too close to you and everything.
Yeah.
And where I live with all the hills, nah, forget that. I'm not doing it.
Just sounds like hard work, doesn't it? What have I got next? Sage.
Sage. Let's have a look at sage. Let's see what sage looks like.
I think it'd be this one.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to me.
Oh, that's my three sort of greeny colours.
Okay,
Sage, spearmint and Lincoln.
Sage, spearmint and Lincoln.
Yeah, Lincoln's sort of light and bright. Sage is cool and soft muted, and it'll sort of melt into the stone blue. Be quite nice.
Yum. So how big are you planning on doing this one?
Well, width-wise, what is it? I don't know. 12, 24, 30, probably about 40 inches wide, and just long enough to cover me up to about my neck or something when I'm slumped on the sofa. It's a sofa blanket.
Sounds fab. Mine's a baby blanket.
Is that for babies?
Yeah, it's going to be that way. And go sideways.
Right. So the cable will go around the back and to the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then pick up a rib section for the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bottom's going to be sewn up like a sleeping bag. Buttons in the middle.
Right.
That's the plan anyway.
Okay. I'm sure it'll be very popular.
My other sleeping bag one's popular. I sell that quite often, to be fair. And there's loads of those out there as well, so.
Yes, but not like yours.
Not like mine. No, not like mine. I've still got that song in my head. Do you know when you get an earworm? Like a jaded mandarin. I was singing it at my husband earlier. He was like, what kind of a song's that?
It sounds like a bundle of fun at the minute. It's probably a good job he's over there. You might smack him one.
Tell ya, it's a nightmare. It's a good job he's not here. My dog's asleep on the floor, twitching at the moment.
Well, I think Mike's quite stressed at the minute because we can't discuss anything remotely political without him losing his temper.
Oh dear, that's not good then.
So we've not spoken for a while. Well, we've chatted on email, but I just get very curt responses, and he'll just think that that's perfectly acceptable. It won't occur to him that actually it's quite ignorant.
I don't think that they realise, do they? You know, you can spend ages crafting a really nice thing to send to them, and you'll get an okay back, and it does feel a bit like a slap in the face sometimes, doesn't it?
Well, I've just got used to the fact that he's not very communicative.
Right.
And that's his problem. It's not mine.
It's not your problem.
No.
How's he keeping busy at the minute then?
He was filling in grant applications and trying to sort out help for his business. So
that sounds time consuming.
I don't think it's anywhere near as time consuming as he makes it out to be. Because you can do the bulk of it online, and generally you get an answer within a week unless you've got any other questions to answer. Most of it can be done over email. So everyone else that's applied said it hasn't exactly been a torturous process. They've maybe had one or two additional questions, but they've had the grant. So I don't know.
And of course you can't ask him because he'll just bite your head off.
Well, I did ask him and he was, well, it's just they're asking these questions and those questions, and they're not terms and conditions of the grant. It's just them being nosy, and they're not entitled to this and they're not entitled to that. And I'm thinking, I'm sorry, but if you want a 10 grand grant and they want to ask you what your date of birth is and whether Uncle Tom Cobbler that lives next door to you likes rhubarb, it's not an unreasonable question. They've got to do something to validate it, to make sure it's you, and and gather some kind of data while they're doing it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, some idiot is going to come back and go, well, what kind of companies did you help? Well, we gave, 80 million in grants. I don't know what kind of figures there are. Well, yes, but what sectors? Oh, well, we didn't ask them that.
Yeah.
But someone will want to know.
Someone always wants to know, don't they?
Yeah, so I absolutely get that they're ahead of the game by asking. Yeah, it just feels like his privacy is being invaded, and I just think, oh, grow up.
Thing is,
nobody's asked you to strip down to your underpants,
That's the thing. Does it actually hurt to tell them these things? If it doesn't hurt, just tell them.
Well, yeah, and it's not stuff that you can use to steal your identity. No, I think the questions that they're asking are perfectly reasonable. So I think he's just in a grump, and
he'll have to get out of it when he's ready, won't he? I suppose.
No, I can't change his mental attitude. That's down to him. So
positive mental attitude.
Just crochet
and bash it at us every so often.
Yeah.
And I can just go, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
That sound right?
So you're pleased with your burp cloths? Would you use that cotton again?
Oh yeah, I really like it. I'm gonna, like I say, I'm gonna wash them and see how they come out after the wash. But like I said, they can be washed up to 60, so they're ideal, really, aren't they, for when you've got a baby? Not that I've got a baby.
No, but you'll have a grandbaby to coo over.
Yeah, she'll be all the way down there though. I won't see her.
Well, not for a bit. But you
Yeah.
could Skype or Zoom or whatever.
Yeah. We did start off doing that with Henry, and then that kind of just went by the by. I'm not a big talky person normally, you know me. I can go weeks without talking to most people. Quite happy. I think I've got a bee or something in here. Can you hear something buzzing? Rude. It better not be a fly. Don't like flies, and I don't like wasps. No, because they always make me think my house is dirty if I've got a fly in.
Oh, good grief. It just means you've had a window open.
Yeah, but why is the dirty fly coming in?
Because it came for a look.
It's hanging around by the dog. What is it? I can't see what it is. I can just... Oh, it's annoying me now. Oh, it is a fly. It's okay. It's not a wasp. It's all right. It's not a wasp. Not like the one that tried to attack me last week. Although sometimes flies dive bomb you, don't they?
They do.
What's that all about? You're just sitting there minding your own business and the fly comes douche on your head.
I don't know what that's about. I remember going years ago to some, but I can't even remember where it was.
Yeah.
They had a butterfly house.
Yeah.
It was with my brother and sister-in-law, Ken and Haley and their kids. And there was this big butterfly thing and it kept going for Ken's eyes. Well, thankfully they had glasses on. And
Yeah.
he said afterwards, he said, that thing wouldn't leave me alone. Well, it eats eyes, doesn't it?
Oh no, that's scary.
Wasn't bothering anybody else. I think it was his glasses.
Just
Because
like
it made his eyes look quite big.
And it thought, yum.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary. We've got a butterfly place up the road from us, only about 15 minutes away. It's lovely. It's nice to go to on a cold day because it's always warm in there, isn't it?
Well, it'll be pretty as well.
Yeah. Got pictures of when, and they've got meerkats in there as well, not just butterflies, they've got meerkats. Pictures of Caitlin when she was little looking at the meerkats and trying to copy them.
They are adorable.
Everyone likes a meerkat. So yeah, I think I might watch a movie or something this evening.
Well, I've got the rest of Captain America to watch.
Cool.
Then it's Avengers, and then maybe Iron Man 3 if I'm in the mood.
See,
I don't mind that one because Guy Pearce is the baddie in it.
Yeah. I do like Iron Man. It's just depends on the other characters.
I prefer him in the Avengers films to the ones.
Yeah. The separate ones. I do. I mean, I like Robert Downey Jr. I think he's brilliant.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah. So, like you say, he's better in the Avengers.
Well, I like the conflict between them all and the different characters, and he just play egomaniac very well.
Yeah. It reminds me of a line out of Hamilton. Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Because he does, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
But still like him. Now I've got that going around my head. What is it with me and music, Kataya?
I don't know. Maybe it's just comforting.
Oh, I took a antihistamine last night because I keep getting this rash all round on my neck and I don't know what it's for. And I'm just finding that all day long I'm still quite sleepy.
Yeah, well, one of the side effects, isn't it?
Unfortunately, I did have a nice night's sleep.
Well, you would do.
It's
Do
lovely.
the world a good.
I actually woke up about 6:30 this morning, and that was the dog in my face with a wet nose.
Lovely.
Like, come on, are we going for a walk yet, or what?
Mine are actually asleep at the moment, which is why Coco was acting up earlier. She's like some sort of naughty toddler. She has to tell you that she's tired as if you've got to tuck her in or something.
Oh,
I don't know what it is. You get 10 or 15 minutes of ridiculous behaviour, and then she climbs into bed and all you hear is from the other side.
toddlers are brilliant, aren't they? When they get tired and they don't want to stop what they're doing, so they just go kind of hyperactive, and then they zonk, don't they?
Yeah, that's what Coco seems to do, whereas Mocha's much more relaxed. And
Brilliant. Yeah, Arthur's just snoozing right now.
she's just done a very cute little stretch.
What would we do without our baby doggies?
I don't know. Less hoovering.
Definitely less of that. I can't say that word because it'll wake him up. Oh, he's awake anyway. Oh, that's a big stretch, Arthur. Huh? You come to say hello. Yeah, he doesn't like that. We have to say shark instead of the H word. Or we could say vacuum. He doesn't know vacuum and he doesn't know shark.
Well, it won't take long because he learned muffin.
He learnt muffin in 24 hours. Didn't you, Arthur? Did you have the muffin? Yeah, he knows they're all gone now, though. We had the last ones this afternoon. They were going a bit dry, so I stuck them in the microwave for 30 seconds, and they were lovely again.
If you mentioned Bath in front of Poppy, who was the mother to the two that I have now, she would drop to the floor like a stone, and it was like trying to pick up a rubber bag filled with mercury. She seemed to kind of meld with the laminate.
She didn't enjoy a bath then.
Hated it with the passion.
Any kind of water?
Manky, skanky, minging water with dead things in it.
Beach?
Loved that. Loves the beach. Loved the beach.
Just didn't like a nice, clean, warm bath.
It's the soap, I think, because it removed the sort of rotting fish smell that she'd been perfecting all week.
Well, you know, there's a lot of work goes into that smell.
Evidently.
Crazy. I think it's just really unreasonable of you to take all her hard work and just throw it down the drain like that.
Yeah, I mean, to her, she smelt gorgeous and she was going to cop off, you know.
She was going to attract the guy down the road who everyone's after.
Yeah.
The most eligible dog.
I'm pretty sure that was her plan.
Probably was. She probably thought that she was, you know, all that. Sassing around. Yeah, look at me, look at me.
I did a little bit more of me cowl.
Oh, looking good.
So I've got about 4 inches to go. I don't know whether to go to plain. I think I'll finish that bit of pink and then carry on with the blue.
Just go in plain, yeah. For round the back.
Yeah.
It's cool. I've still got to finish my behind the green door. Behind the green door, green door. But I should call mine behind the blue door.
Oh, excuse me. I don't know where that massive yarn came from.
I could call it, there's somebody at the door. Oh, there's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. I used to love that programme.
Do you remember that? Was it American Gothic?
Never saw it.
Quite a few years ago.
Right.
There was a girl in that who'd had some sort of trauma. And she used to just sit and rock backwards and forwards going, there's someone at the door. There's someone at the door. There's someone at the door.
It wasn't.
It was nearly always when the sheriff appeared and he seemed to be sort of the epicenter of the evil that was going on. It was all a bit.
The who appeared?
The sheriff.
Oh, not chef. I thought you said chef. I was going to ask you if that was the Swedish chef.
Löwenhofen.
Do, 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 do.
Jumping in.
Because he does go chop, 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 chop. Maybe he was coming to chop her up. Woo, woo.
I can't even remember how it ended now. It must have been in the 90s, I suppose.
I never watched it, so I couldn't comment. I only know that catchphrase from Rod Hull and Emu and grot bags.
Oh, yeah. Grot bags.
Do you remember that? There's somebody at the door. Oh, there's somebody at the door. We used to watch it on a.
Do you remember grot bags?
I do remember grot bags. It was one of my favourite programmes, that. Rod Hull and Emu.
Isn't it? It's, yeah. I've forgotten all about grot bags.
He wasn't a very good ventriloquist, but nobody cared, really.
Well, no, they didn't.
Same with Orville.
Oh, yeah. Keith. Somebody.
Yeah. I can't even remember much about them. He used to have a squeaky voice and he'd say something about being good. I'm a good boy or something like that, didn't he? I can't really remember. He wasn't as good as Rod Hull and Emu.
He had a hit single.
Did he?
If Only I Could Fly, I think it was called.
Oh,
Someone
wow.
will correct me if I'm wrong. Keith Harris and
Keith
Orville.
Harris, yeah. Yeah. Wow. And pretend my name is Keith. That's a completely different song, that one. Hold a chicken in the air, put a deck chart your nose, fly a jumbo jet, and then bury all your clothes. Paint your left knee green, and extract your wisdom teeth. What's the next one? And pretend your name is Keith.
I was going to say it ends with "and pretend your name is Keith," but I couldn't remember.
I can't remember that line is. I've got a blank. I used to know that song off by heart.
Don't know.
And they did the other one. They did the Star Trekking one as well, didn't they? Star Trekking across the universe, always going forward because we can't find reverse.
Yeah. There's Klingons on the starboard bow.
Starboard bow, starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow. Oh, do you know, height of sophistication and culture. I actually said to my brother and sister in our group chat, I said, we are going to come out of this a lot more cultured.
I don't know. Everyone keeps telling me I should watch Life on Mars.
I love Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes. They are brilliant. Even Callum loves that one. Oh, it's Buy a Jumbo Jet and Pretend Your Name is Keith. Thanks, Vicky. See, Vicky knew.
Awesome. See, there's always someone in the house who just knows these things. We are a font of useless knowledge.
Exactly. That's what people come for.
Somebody's just done a big yawn and woken up and wandered across the room.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
But you should watch Life on Mars. It is superb. Honestly, you'd love it. It's on BookBox.
Yeah, it's on Netflix at the moment.
Is it? Oh, go on, watch it. Give it a try.
I'll watch a couple of episodes. I might get really into it though. Or I might hate it.
Vicky says she's also cultured.
Oh, well, there you go then.
I tell you what, I've really been enjoying watching. I've been watching a lot of YouTube actually over the last week, and I love Andrew Lloyd Webber's channel, Composer in Isolation.
Right.
It is fab. He's got all like different things he's playing around with, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, who wrote Hamilton, sent him a birthday message, and I think he sang one of Andrew Lloyd Webber's songs to him. So Andrew Lloyd Webber, as a thank you, said, oh, I'm gonna sing one of the King George songs from Hamilton. Well, I tell you, I think he got about 2 or 3 lines and he couldn't remember the rest of the words. And so he's just going da 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 like this, because the song does do that, da 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 da. But then he did it in one of his own tunes instead of the Hamilton tune. I was just cracked up watching him because he didn't have a clue what he was doing, and he's just sort of like tinkering away on the piano.
It's fun though, isn't it?
Oh, he's brilliant to watch. He's so socially awkward, bless him. He just
I've been
reminds me
enjoying
of
Gary
Callum.
Barlow and his crooner sessions.
Oh, that was good, yeah.
There's one every day.
And I think a lot of them are doing things like that, like the what's he called? We were talking about him the other day from Little Britain.
Oh, Matt Lucas.
Yeah, he's been doing them as well.
Hi,
hasn't
Jess. Jess has just joined.
Oh, hello, Jess. So it's hot potato or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing those with different celebrities, isn't he? That's been fun to watch. See what hot potato says.
Yeah, all a bit weird, really.
What, hot potato?
I suppose it's no weirder than the Tufty Club.
Well, the Tufty Club just sounds wrong. What's a Tufty Club?
It's about crossing the road safely and not getting squashed on the road like Willy Weasel.
I'm sure Willy Weasel. I'm not going to say what was going through my head there.
I used to have a membership pack for the Tufty Club.
The Tufty Club. Never heard of no Tufty Clubs.
It's true. Someone here must remember the Tufty Club.
I don't remember. I remember Charlie Says.
Oh, those were the public safety things, weren't they?
Yeah. And Nicotine. Do you reckon that's big enough for my...
Tufty was a squiggle.
Like a squirrel?
A fluffy squirrel, yeah.
Was he a red one or grey?
It's a red squirrel.
Oh, that's good. He's a good
Indigenous.
squirrel.
An indigenous squirrel.
Not an immigrant squirrel. Although we do welcome immigrants. We have to be inclusive.
Just trying to see if there's anything on YouTube. Oh, yes, there is.
It's funny. Vicky says he sings "Thank You Baked Potato," not hot potato. Hot potato's a game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you have to do what baked potato says.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And he says, wash your hands.
I'm going to send Emma the link later for the Tufty Club.
I'll have to have a look at the Tufty Club. I remember Busby.
Yeah. And Auntie BT.
Yeah. I remember those.
Ology and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember he's got an ology. And what was the one where they kept saying, well, they were looking for someone. Have you seen, was it Stan or someone?
Tell Sid.
Sid, yeah, tell Sid. Was that when they were selling BT off or something?
British Gas.
British Gas, that's it.
Selling off all the family silver so that
Yeah.
a bunch of rich people who can already make money.
Yeah.
Made more money.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And now they're going around renationalising all the railways because they're not running properly.
Stop it.
So I'm thinking this might be getting close to big enough for my button band. So what I'm going to do, can you see this?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to fold it in half and I'm going to pick up the cast on stitch.
Yeah.
Knit it together. So it's going to be like a
double thickness.
Double thingy, and I'm going to use that as the button band and put buttons on. I think I might just do maybe 4 more rows and that'll be about it, I think.
Right. And then will the buttonhole band be ribbed?
No, I'm going to do the same as this.
Right. So you'll have to put buttonholes in both sides.
Yes. I am. Come on. Stop doing that. Play the game. So, oh, look at this. It's coming along play.
It's getting there. I'm going to have to let Coco out the back of the house before I kill her.
Well, you know, when she needs something, she needs something. How's your rainbow coming on, Vicky? You've got more colours done. Dying to see photos of this. Thank you, hot potato. I still keep saying hot potato instead of baked potato. That's a game, isn't it, hot potato?
What?
Hot potato, it's a game.
I don't know.
I think it is. It's a bit like, did you ever play Pass the Bomb?
No.
We've got one. It's past the Christmas pudding thing. And you have to answer questions or something and pass it round before it goes off. And if you're the one holding it when it goes off, then you lose or something. And I think hot potato is a bit like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, look, Vicky's on colour 5 now.
Oh, well done. Be looking forward to seeing photographs of this with all the ends woven in, obviously, because you know we weave our ends in
and hung up in the window.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and get tea in a minute. It's 10 to 5, you know.
I know. Didn't that go quickly? Mind you, it took us a while to connect, and I was quite late when I phoned you today.
Oh, good. So yeah, go and get some tea, feed the dog, chuck him out the back. Is it acceptable to get into jammies at this time of the day?
I think it is. It's a Sunday. It's not.
Well, do you know what I was thinking earlier on? As it's Sunday, is it acceptable to stay in my pajamas all day long? But then I thought I would be a good girl and get dressed.
I did change my top, although it's one of these where the neckline's a bit wide and I'm forever trying to cover up my bra strap.
But when you're at home, nobody cares.
Well, no. No, nobody here minds.
And at least you've got a bra on.
I have, and I get extra points for a bra.
I do. I like those badges. The only one I don't like is the have you done work that's not laundry? Because laundry is work.
Yeah, but most people, that's probably as much as they're doing.
That's all right. Devaluing housework, which I think is actually a very, very valuable task.
Well, it is if you've no clean cups or there's so much dog hair that you can't walk across your room.
Exactly. Exactly. You can shut up, no? Shouting at me. Bless. Oh, Vicky's already in her pajamas. That's not fair.
Oh, you're just showing off now, Vicky. What colour are your pajamas? Have you got pattern ones? Inquiring minds need to know.
Oh, I love pajamas. I just washed some. I think I'll put a clean pair on today because I put mine in the wash this morning.
All right.
I have 3 kinds of pajamas. Pajamas that I wear during the day if I'm lounging around. Pajamas I wear in the evening when I go to bed to watch movies and knit or whatever. And then pajamas that I wear at night to actually sleep in.
Did you read that article that Alison shared? I can't remember if I put it into this group about how often you should wash your clothes. And
yes, you did. I did see that.
How she was talking about how everything you've worn when you've been shopping should really come off. And
yeah, but then she contradicted herself later on and said, actually, you don't need to take it off straight away because we think that the virus only lives for so long on fabric and paper. So why are you saying strip it off as soon as you come in, but then say don't have to worry about getting stripped off straight away? I don't understand. It never occurred to me the other night to put my clothes in the wash when I came in.
No, it didn't occur to me. When I changed my top when I got back from shopping because I was a bit sweaty.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really think about anything else.
And I rarely wash my jeans, especially my black ones, because I think they just lose their colour. So unless they've got an actual stain on them, or they're starting to get a little bit sweaty in certain areas, I don't wash them if I can help it. Unlike my kids who seem to think that everything needs washing after it's been worn for half an hour.
Oh, well, until they do the laundry. Then it will be down to the Mike and Jake theory of clothing and the grades of filthiness. And
Oh yeah. I think I'm on a 8 with these black jeans at the minute. What do you want? I think somebody wants his dinner.
right, well, I think we're kind of wrapping up for today, aren't we?
Yeah, I want Vicky to post a photo of her finished rainbow.
Yeah, that'd be really lovely to see, please, Vicky, if you get a chance.
And anybody else that's working on anything, that would be nice to see.
Let us know.
Definitely.
Otherwise, we won't sleep with the excitement. Not knowing.
You know, it plays on my mind. I will wake up in the middle of the night. I wonder if Vicky got her stripy rainbow finished.
That's a big worry.
Need to know. All right, calm down.
Oh, stripy pajamas, and it wasn't worth getting dressed after a run. Yeah, totally get that. Yeah.
Well, can I use that excuse on Tuesday when I've done my run at 8:30 in the morning? Does that count?
Yeah, I think it does.
Excellent.
We'll go with that.
We'll go with that then.
Yeah.
Like it.
Right, well, we'll say ta-ta for today, and we'll see you tomorrow.